Hello and welcome to another video. So in today's video, we're going to have a look at business models again, right? But we're going to have a look at the top 3 business models, in my opinion, are the ones that are busy working at the moment in the marketplace, right? So top 3 business models, okay? That are busy working at the moment and that I see busy working. So I have kind of covered this extensively through various videos on this channel, but what I'm going to do in this video is kind of like pick the important parts and put it all in one place so that you don't have to sit through and like sift through all the information. So as of now, this is the most important video on the channel. So please spend your time, go through it, really understand the concept of business models, and then also understand how it relates to your growth, right? Because when you're a new company, depending on where you're starting and what you're doing, right, you're probably going to start at one of these points and then kind of like transition through all 3 of them at one stage. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. So the first one we have that we covered, I think one of the first videos on this channel, was basically a pipeline, right? Okay, like a pipeline-based business model. And then more recently, we covered one that is more like, let's say, platform-based. Okay, you see a lot of these platforms busy using the business model that I'm going to talk about just now. Okay, and I recently did a video on this channel a few videos ago. And then the third one, we kind of covered more or less, close to the inception of the channel, maybe, like video number, I would say between 10 and 20, somewhere around there, right? I did a bit of a masterclass, also covered this, early on, but it was a hybrid. It was kind of like a hybrid business model. Let me explain these in a little more detail here, right? So we can kind of like, not have so much, let's say, mystery. Okay, so let's try and demystify these. Okay, let's do a bit of a refresher course. Okay, so pipeline. Okay, we all know what a pipeline is. And let's have a look at this. So first one, pipeline-based business model. How does this look? Well, if you remember from previous videos, looks like this. It's a funnel, right? So classic pipeline like video or classic pipeline business model is a funnel. Okay, and really what we're doing here is we are basically trying to acquire customers and then shove them down this funnel, right? So we have customers over here, boom, outside of our awareness, and all we're trying to do is we're trying to like capture their attention and drive them through this funnel and then acquire them, right? So get to a point of here where we make some money. And most pipeline based business models are very linear. Okay, so let's pick another color over here. Okay, so it's very linear. Let's take a lemonade stand for this example, right? We know that if, let's say, we're selling a lemonade stand or a lemonade, glass cup of lemonade for like, let's say $10, or if we want to make $10, right? We want to make $10, we have to sell 1 cup of lemonade, okay? Or maybe 2 cups of lemonade, right? Maybe they're $5 each, okay? And we know that if we sell 4, okay, customers, we can then double our profits to 20, right? So this is what we start seeing, okay? And we also know that if we had to then say now go to 6, okay, we would get 30. And if we had to go to 8, somewhere around here, okay, we would go to like 40, right? Okay, so obviously this is money and this is customers. And this is why it's linear, right? Because we know that if we just double the amount of customers, we can double the amount of money that we make, right? The problem with this, it's not very scalable, right? So if you had a lemonade stand, it would be probably fixed within, like, here's your lemonade stand over here, and it would be fixed within, like, let's say this radius, right? You'd be very lucky if you had people flying across the country to come and visit your lemonade stand. And around here, you'd have like different businesses and stuff as well, right? And here's your lemonade stand, boom. and it stands out and it's making money. And you know that you could probably, you'll have some repeat customers, but you'll probably reach a point where, this over here, like it tapers off, right? And, your growth doesn't go linear anymore. It kind of like goes sideways. And this is a problem that most companies have. And this is basically sales funnels, right? So over here, pipeline, we have sales funnel. Okay. Now, second one, number 2. Over here, we had platform. So if you remember from the previous video, right, we looked at a company, and that company was called Amazon, and they had something called a growth flywheel, right? Okay, and they had, you'd like, capture attention, get more customers, get more people on your platform, and so on and so forth, right? And you would, to get more people on your platform, you'd have to introduce more people in your marketplace. And, when you have more people in your marketplace, you'll have more customers, they'll be happier, they'll buy more things, and so on and so forth. And you'd have this cycle. And then Amazon also kind of like, because they were able to generate so much money with their growth flywheel. Okay, with their growth flywheel, they were able to lower costs, right? So they would, they had an extra one of, they would lower their costs and they put it back into the infrastructure and so on and so forth, right? So boom, it was like that, right? And they had AWS, and that had its own flywheel, and they had their physical products, and that has its own flywheel, and it's just this freaking violent, vicious circle that goes round and round and round and round, right? It's like pushing a stationary train. It's really hard in the beginning, and you can push and you can push and you can push and you can push, and like it's really, really tough. But the minute it starts to move just 1 inch, it gains momentum. And it becomes easier and easier and easier and easier, right? And that was the concept of the flywheel. And that is what we see with most platforms nowadays. Like, you've got Airbnb, you have Uber, like, you have, because Uber, like more drivers on their platform, and they have more drivers on their platform, they can take more customers. When they have more customers and they get to the place, on time, they leave better reviews. When other people see those reviews, they want to use the platform, and so on and so forth. And there's a vicious cycle. Same with Airbnb, same with Facebook, same with LinkedIn, same with Quora, same with Google. Google is the exact same engine. And this is a flywheel, right? So if you had your, lemonade stand and you decided to create an online store, deliveries, right, for your lemonade, you can then kind of like, instead of seeing this linear growth, right, now you can service more people, and you're not just bound by like this radius, which is like, let's say, 5 by 5 kilometers, for example, I don't know. And now we start getting into the realm of exponential growth, right? So it no longer looks like this, but growth starts to kind of look like this, right? Like that horseshoe shape, which we're kind of after, right? So your growth, just that you get to a point where everything just takes off, right? Like your flywheel, slow in the beginning, like from here to here, torture. And then all of a sudden afterwards, boom, exponential growth. What most people don't know is we start seeing this at the end. It's like an S-shaped graph, right? And we have to start the S-shaped curve again, right? And like this is kind of like how growth looks. It's like this very wavy, stair-steppy thing. And most people don't set their expectations in the beginning. They don't understand that. And the last one over here. Okay, the last one that we had, let's have a look, was hybrid. Okay, so I covered hybrid, okay, in a few videos now, actually. And what the hybrid model is basically you have, let's say, you have like a freemium and a paid version. Okay, version of something. You can have like maybe like a community or whatever, right? So essentially what you do is, or what you have is, you have, let's say, your company, okay, over here in the center, and it's hybrid because you have, let's look here, you have users, and you have customers. Okay, so you have people who are paying you, customers are paid, okay, and you have users which are free, right? Like maybe even testing, right? So you have this with software as well. You can have like a free trial, 14 days, maybe 14 days of a community that you're busy testing, or maybe you can have like, 14 days of like Photoshop for free, or 30 days free trial for something, and at the end you can cancel anytime, all these things, and then eventually you can transition to a customer, right? So you have this hybrid model. You're letting people get a taster or a tester, right? So we had this example where we looked at a community, okay? I said to you guys, you can create a community, okay, where you have, because most people are after community now, right? AI cannot replace community. And as we transition more into this AI world, we're going to be sitting in a situation where we need community, right? People still want that to engage with real people and not just with a piece of software. And you have now a community that you can build where you can do like weekly Q&As and you can do coaching calls, and people can buy more of your time and so on and so forth. And you're really active and you're really helping people. And at the same time, you have maybe something like a course, right? And with the free version, okay, so if we make this the free community, let's do it in blue because we did it in blue at the top there, okay? We have our free community over here, right? We give them, let's say, 1 week, okay, free in our course. Okay, and they still get our community over here, right? So they still get our attention. It's limited. Okay, it's limited attention. We will spend maybe 1 time a week in our free community, answer some questions, engage with people. They get the 1 week of the course for free to test it, see if it's for them. And if they want, then these guys can transition down over here to our paid community. And in our paid community, they get full access to maybe not just one, but maybe like multiple courses. Okay, they get our full attention. Okay. And they also get access to, like, let's say, challenges. Okay, so you've literally gamified, okay, the experience. So what they can do is they can compete for like leaderboards and stuff like that, and actually win some time with you. So you can see why this is obviously the superior model, right? And what we are busy competing for over here is viral loops, right? That's also why we're giving away our thing for free, because we make it so good and we give away like a paid thing for free. Most people don't do that, right? They want you to pay up front before you get to even experience anything, right? You have these gurus and stuff busy saying, no, like, trust me, right? It's like, eat the food before you know what I mean? It's like, it's weird. It's, they want you to pay like sometimes up to $10, $20, $30, $40,000 for like masterminds, and you don't know if it's going to be shit or not. You don't know if if it's regurgitated nonsense from someone. And most people don't give away anything like that for free, right? Because that would be a big thing. If your course is valued at $10,000 and you're giving away the first week, it's like, wow. And you have 10 modules, you're giving away $1,000 worth of value for free. Most people don't want to do that. And when that does happen and it's really good, it creates a viral loop. And all the viral loop is like a feedback loop, right? It's like cause and effect, okay? So they see it, okay? The effect is they like it. It builds back around. They go tell their friends, okay, about it. They come, they see the cause. It's an effect. And this is just a positive feedback loop. It builds up upon itself, right? Just like the flywheel over here. And that's when you start seeing exponential growth like this, okay, occur as well. But it's also a lot easier to set up, right? Yeah, you don't, this is more for like, e-com. You have like, your e-com, maybe some software companies, maybe like Facebook's marketplace, all of this stuff, right? And it works extremely, extremely well for them. But over here, you can be anyone and you can set up a community around anything, right? You can teach people how to clean, you can teach people how to parent, you can teach people how to train their dogs, and so on and so forth, right? So the ideas are endless. So with this kind of like hybrid model, this is the one that I recommend. This is the one that I think is going to make you a lot of money. Look, there's nothing wrong with starting over here. Even when you do the hybrid model, right, you're still going to have a version of a sales funnel. Can't get around that, right? Because you're always going to have people who aren't aware of you. Then they're going to become aware of you, and they're going to like maybe book discovery calls or strategy sessions, and you're going to kind of force them down the funnel. And then you're going to kind of like try and incorporate these feedback loops as well into your business. So like I say, this cause and effect over here with your community, right? You're looking at a viral loop. So ladies and gentlemen, that has been it for the top 3 business models in my personal opinion. Okay, we have pipeline-based business model, platform-based business model, hybrid-based business model. There are so many business models out there, like there are businesses. They all follow different strategies. This, in my opinion, is the best way to start. These are for like small companies. Okay, these are for like your platforms, like your e-com. If you want to start scaling, products, even services, that's good. And yes, for like communities, also softwares, and okay, when you want people to just try out your stuff for free, that's really where that's going to be, right? So you have like your physical products, you have your software-based things, community-based things, small companies, whatever you want to choose, you choose. If you do start with pipeline, okay, based business model where you have like a sales funnel, make people aware, shove them down, do understand that you're going to want to incorporate a growth strategy into that as well, and a positive one, right? And you want to be able to make it scale. And the only way that you can do that is in the digital space, right? So you're going to then create a platform, and you're going to make yourself accessible to more people. And it's the only way that you can get your name out there, right? This is how you can go from being big in your city to big globally. That has been it for this video, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you in another video. Till then, bye-bye.